What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show, powered by Primanti Brothers. I'm Jim. With me today is Tyler. Tyler, happy Saturday afternoon to you.
Happy Saturday afternoon. Happy Steelers Saturday preseason day.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been able to get into preseason football. I refuse to watch it. I will watch every minute of every regular season game, but preseason, I just could not care less.
I really don't care either.
But also, I'm the idiot who's about to come on here and talk about a Pirates 3-1 loss in August while they're 20 games below 500. So, yeah, I mean, what do I know?
I mean, the Steelers preseason game might be more important than this.
I would argue it most definitely is. So, yeah, I'm with you there. But yeah, anyways, Pirates lose 3-1 to the Chicago Cubs. The offense today was just another one of those games where they just disappeared, like altogether. I mean, Tommy Pham hit a solo homer in the fourth inning, and then nothing else happened really the rest of the game offensively. I guess we can talk about Triolo a little bit, but like this offense is just so bad in today, especially against Shota Imanaga, who they came into today never scoring a run off of Imanaga in his entire career. So they at least ended that, right? I mean, gotta give him something.
Yeah, it was pathetic. I mean, there's not another good way to put it. The at-bats weren't competitive whatsoever. He was at like 50 pitches in like the sixth inning. He was on pace to just cruise through this thing. Thankfully, they ended up at least driving the pitch count up a little later in the game, but they weren't in any at-bats. It was uncompetitive. A lot of it was very uncompetitive.
It was, and I feel like it's been that way every single time we've seen Shota since he's arrived in America. This team just doesn't have an answer for his for that splitter of his. Like, he just kind of keeps them off balance with fastball splitter, and there's not really much else that he goes with. But the Pirates saw 22 splitters today from Shota Imanaga. They swung at 13 of them, and they whiffed at 8 of them. They swung and missed at 62%. 62% whiff rate on the splitter today. Like, they have no idea how to hit that pitch.
They don't, and you could really see it as well because they were watching 90-mile-an-hour fastballs right down the middle, or they were just missing on them many times early in this game, but it's because they couldn't figure out the splitter. Like, he just messes with your timing enough that they can't jump on that meatball right down the middle. And other than Tommy Pham, nobody did. Well, Jared Triolo did at one point, but really nobody did it today.
Yeah, Tommy Pham's home run was against the splitter, so I guess you'll give him that. But like, yeah, outside that, like, this team just like you mentioned before, uncompetitive at bat after uncompetitive at bat. Their innings were over in the first inning was over in like 90 seconds. They're just they have no answer for him whatsoever. So yeah, it's
I
it's
took
kind
a
of
nap.
incredible.
I took a nap before the game, woke up at 2:25, and it was in the second inning.
Yeah,
it was like 2:30.
That sounds about right.
But yeah,
sounds about right. Yeah, I mean, you didn't miss much there in the first.
No,
inning.
I missed like 7 pitches.
Yeah, that's all it was. But yeah, 3-1 loss today. I thought, and we'll get into this, but like Mike Burrows, I thought looked great. He goes 5 innings, only giving up 1 run. But yeah, Shota 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. I guess if you're looking on the bright side, Ryan's lock of the day finally hit for the first time in what feels like a week. He had over 5.5 strikeouts for Imanaga. So good job, Ryan. You're kind of creeping up towards back to, I don't know, he's probably down like 4 or 5 units at this point.
It's about 5 right now, I think, but we had to
Yeah.
sweat that one out too, and that one looked like it was going to be an easy winner. They had 5
true.
strikeouts in like the 3rd inning, and then
I don't
Shota just didn't strike anyone out for like 4 innings.
Yeah, I don't think that bet hit until the very last batter Imanaga
Yeah.
faced when Canario struck out in the 7th. So
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, let's just kind of let's go into this again. Like offensively, just not a lot. Pirates 3 up, 3 down in the first. They were able to get a double play in the bottom of the first to get out of that one really quickly. Fast forward to the 4th, Tommy Pham does homer, gives the Pirates a 1-0 lead. And like I said, Burroughs looked good too, but then he gives the lead right back in the 4th. The Cubs string together a bunch of singles, Tucker singles, PCA walks, Carson Kelly ties it up with an RBI single, Ian Happ walks. So that 4th inning was really the only blip, I thought, in today's game by Mike Burroughs. So, I do want to dive into Mike Burroughs a little bit, especially with you on here. You can kind of talk a lot about just the pitch mix, but I think Pirates fans at this point need to be really happy with what they've seen out of Mike Burroughs. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty convinced that this guy can at least be a back end starting pitcher. And a lot of that just has to do with his changeup. I posted on Twitter today, like, his changeup, out of any pitcher who's thrown 200 changeups or more in Major League Baseball, Mike Burrows' changeup ranks 9th in Major League Baseball. So it's a really good pitch, and when you have that good of a changeup, you can neutralize lefties. And if you're neutralizing lefties as a starting pitcher, like you're gonna find some success. So I just want your thoughts on Burrows. Like I said, I feel like he's kind of shown to me that, like, if you want a Bailey Falter replacement, Burroughs kind of seems like that guy.
For sure. And I think you hit it right there with the changeup. That's the difference maker. And we saw, I think, early, he almost went to the changeup as a primary type of pitch for him early on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd innings. It really is the equalizer against the lefty. And that's why I'm with you and believe that this guy can be a bottom of the rotation starter. And at the very least, he's a starting pitcher, I think, in major leagues. There's not as much bullpen risk with him as maybe a Braxton Ashcraft, I think. Also, you have the health stuff as well. But,
With
pitch
both of
mix,
them,
yeah. I guess Ashcraft has a pretty good pitch mix as well now. But you know what I mean? But, like, he doesn't have as much risk as some of those guys. Like, go back to a Roansy Contreras. It's just fastball slider. Like,
Yep.
you don't see that with Burroughs. That changeup is awesome. I want to see him run a little more sinker to seam action with how good that changeup is. Because you see the 4-seam is a good pitch. He runs it up there to 96, 97. It's a good pitch. But if he can tunnel that 2-seamer and run the changeup off that as well with like a differential in the velocity, I'm interested in that a lot.
Yeah. I mean, looking just StatCast, the changeup, obviously, they changeup is awesome. Hitters are batting 143 off of the changeup. There's a 43.5% whiff rate on that changeup, slugging of 234, expected batting average of 153. So, like, everything with the changeup looks awesome. The 4-seam fastball is a little bit different. The velo's there, but it's getting hit pretty hard. 327 batting average against, 579 slugging against. It's got a -7 run value, which is not great. The sinker, though, he doesn't throw it very often. He only throws that sinker about 3% of the time. But it does, like, if you're looking 4-seam fastball versus sinker, 4-seam fastball hitters are batting 327, sinker 125. 4-seam fastball slugging 579, sinker 125. So, like, it's a very small sample size on that sinker, but I would like to see him maybe throw it a little bit more because, like you mentioned, the 4-seam fastball seems to be the issue with him. The sinker has performed well with, like I said, very, very small sample size. I don't even know if you can really take much out of that. He's only thrown 29 of them on the year, 34 if you include today. So, like, I don't know if it's a good pitch or not, but let's maybe see it a little bit more because the four-seamer is getting hit quite a bit.
Yeah, and you don't want to get rid of the four-seamer because he's still going to need it against lefties a little bit.
Still need it, yeah.
Like he's got to have it, but if we could maybe just get a little more horizontal on that two-seamer, maybe make it look a little more change-up-y, you might be cooking with something there. And I mean, I like the breaking stuff too. Yeah. I think he got a little bit out of control with the slider today. He left a few of them middle up in the zone.
He did.
But it's a good pitch still. Like he gets swings and misses on that. I think the curveball's workable. Like the pitch mix is good, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we talked about the pitch mix of Ashcraft yesterday on the show with Doug, and very much a starter's arsenal. And I think you look at Burroughs and, you know, the fact that you can go fastball, breaking ball, off speed, like that's valuable. I said that changeup is I mean, that's the difference maker there. It's a really, really good pitch. And you would hate to see a pitcher with that good of a changeup just be like relegated to bullpen duty, because like that is the pitch that can allow him to be a really I don't like, don't take this as me saying Mike Burrows is going to be like a really good starting pitcher, but I think Mike Burrows has what it takes to be a solid number 4 or number 5 starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. And you need one of those. Like you need somebody to go out there and take the ball every 5th day and give you 5 to 6 innings with a chance to win the ball game. And I think he gives you that ability. The big thing is going to be staying healthy. They mentioned on the broadcast a few times, like he has never pitched this many innings in his career. So he's kind of in that same boat that Ashcraft is in. So far this season, this start puts Burroughs at like right around 110 innings right now, like right in that area, 105 innings. And he's never pitched more than 94 in a season. So like he's already, every pitch thrown from here on out, just like Ashcraft, like we said yesterday, is going to be the most pitches he's thrown in a season. So yeah, they're going to have to be careful with him, make sure that he stays healthy. But I feel like going down, like looking ahead into the future, Mike Burrows can be a part. I feel comfortable with Mike Burrows being a part of a future rotation.
Yeah, I feel good about that. Yeah, I mean, at the very least this year, I think we've gotten at least some sort of answer on Mike Burrows and Braxton Ashcraft. So that's been at least a positive thing that's happened coming out of this year. But just go back to the innings thing here. I want to see him limit his innings like they did today, but also I don't want to see him in the bullpen at all. I want to see him continue to have to get through lineups. So that it's going to be a delicate balance with Burroughs the rest of this way.
I'm with you. And I mean, you got the rosters expanding here soon. So, and you've got everyone on the staff outside Mitch Keller, who is basically throwing the most innings they've ever thrown. So you got to imagine Bubba Chandler's coming up soon. My guess is that Bubba Chandler is going to start on Friday at home against the Rockies. We just got word that Carmen Mlodzinski is starting tomorrow. So for all those people who were wondering, Carmen Mlodzinski is starting tomorrow. So pencil in on your calendars. Everything's lining up, looking like Bubba's going to start Friday against Colorado. But I'm wondering if the Pirates just go to a 6-man rotation like soon. I mean, you're going to have Burroughs, Ashcraft, Skeens, Keller, Bubba.
You still have Heaney in the bullpen.
Who else am I missing? Oviedo's going to have to come back up here soon,
well.
probably. So maybe once rosters expand, you go with 6 guys to give them a little bit more time off in between starts and limit innings a little bit.
Yeah, and especially when you have Paul Skeens. Like, I'm good limiting his innings, especially.
Yeah,
let's not overuse him in this season.
Yeah, I do know Paul Skeens was like when they were talking about his innings earlier in the season, he was fine limiting them like per start. The one thing he wanted though is he wanted to get that ball every 5th day. So maybe like you go to that 6th man and you give him an extra day here and there. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, they've got a lot of guys where, like I said, they're approaching most innings of their career territory, and so you got to be a little bit careful because you don't want to fall into a situation where you start hurting guys like Oviedo.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you got to develop, but you have to do it carefully the rest of the way here.
Yep. Yep. But I thought, listen, I thought Burroughs was outstanding today. He was really good. 68 pitches, 45 strikes. He was all around the zone. He did walk 2 batters, which got him into a little bit of trouble in that 4th inning. But I mean, you limit this Cubs lineup to just
That
one
was a
run.
strike.
Yeah, that too.
That was a strike. He should have been out of that
point
inning
as well. That's a good point as well. But like I said, you limit this Cubs lineup to 1 run over 5 innings, and you've done a pretty good job.
For sure. And I mean, even after all that, the way he got through that 4th inning there and was able to get the pop up, I like the way he fought through that. You saw a little bit of adversity from him. You saw him have to use different types of pitches. Yeah, very, very pleased with the way Burroughs pitched today.
Yep. And then, I mean, going to the bullpen a little bit, Kyle Nicholas, this is kind of where I thought, like, I feel like Kyle Nicholas didn't throw a single pitch where he wanted to this entire outing, yet somehow he got through 2 scoreless innings, didn't walk a batter, gave up 1 run. I mean, he did hit Pete Crow Armstrong, which, 2 games in a row hitting Pete Crow Armstrong, go ahead and do that, whatever. But Kyle Nicholas gets through 2 scoreless innings. Like, I did not expect that, especially watching him pitch in the moment. Like, he looked like he was all over the place.
Yeah, full disclosure here, my pizza was ready at that time, so I had to leave the house to go pick up my pizza. However, I watched his first, I think 2 at-bats and thought, holy crap, Kyle Nicholas is terrible. I'm just going to go get my pizza right now. And looking back at this outing, I don't know how he did it, because based on the pitches he was throwing, I thought the game was over at that point.
Yeah. I think my thing with Nicholas is, like, you look at the stuff and it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, he should be better than this. Like, just if he could just locate a little bit, like, you can see it there. And he's still young enough that, like, maybe he can harness that. So, like, I'm not like completely ready to give up on Kyle Nicholas. I think he's still got another option too. So, like, there's no reason to, like, completely give up on Kyle Nicholas right now. But, like,
there's no reason to trust him either.
There's no reason to trust him. That's a good point. Good point. Yeah, he's got one more option too after this year. So, like, they can afford to wait and give him time here. And he's 26 years old.
He's friends with Paul Skeens.
He's not young anymore, but the stuff is just so enticing.
It is. I mean, he throws 100, and his slider's nasty.
I mean, you look at the stuff plus.
He has no clue where it's going, though.
No idea where it's going. No idea. As much as if you believe in, like, stuff plus modeling, stuff plus on a slider is 116, which is outstanding. Curveball 119. Overall 107, but the location of his pitches is an 81. So, like, that's terrible. And that's where you get a FIP of 4.56, an ERA of 7.20. And so it's like, that's just where you get the numbers that he's getting and the walk numbers that he's putting up. But he gets through the 2 innings without giving up a run. So, like, I mean, you gotta give him that. Evan Sisk comes in, second time we've seen him. And again, he just doesn't get the job done. He comes in and faces 1, 2, 3 batters and doesn't retire any of them. Now, the 3 batters were Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, and Pete Crow Armstrong. He did get Pete Crow Armstrong to sacrifice bunt, so he gave himself up. But you put him in there to get Kyle Tucker out. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Kyle Tucker and Pete Crow Armstrong, first and third that inning. So you bring in your lefty. And this is just 2 games in a row where he didn't really do his job.
He's not very good, guys. I guess I just don't see the intrigue with him, other than the arm angle. The stuff doesn't look very good. And they go to today. I mean, you got to be better against Tucker there, but then you got to be better with guys on base too. He basically just allowed the runner to walk to second base because he was so slow to the plate in a spot that it's obvious that they're stealing. He wasn't good. I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't really care to see much more of him. I don't like the stuff that much. I'm good. I don't need to see much more Evan Sisk in my life.
I think the slider's intriguing. I mean, I think it's a
love the
decent
guys that
pitch.
spam the slider though.
Like I think if he just spams sliders against lefties, he can be successful. But like you look at his minor league numbers too against righties, and righties have crushed him in the minors. So I'm just very skeptical on how much like the term loogie, right, that existed in baseball for years and years, because you could go in there, you could face one or two guys and get pulled. That's where this guy's value would have been. Like I feel like Evan Sisk was maybe just born 10 years too late, because if he was around where you could just be a lefty specialist, I think he'd be okay. But right now, where he has to face three batters if you put him into the game, and he's borderline unplayable against righties.
Yeah.
So like, where's the value there? Because at some point he's going to have to face righties, especially if you want him facing impact lefty bats in a lineup. You're usually going to have that followed up by an impact righty for protection for guys like Evan Sisk. And that's where he's going to run into problems. And that's where he ran into problems today when he didn't get the lefty out. So then you're facing Seiya Suzuki, who drives in Kyle Tucker after he steals second base. So I think that's going to be his issue going forward. I mean, at this point, you might as well. I mean, you need a lefty, so it's like you just DFA'd Ryan Barucki, so you need him. But yeah, Heaney's going to be going to the bullpen.
We got Heaney.
You got Heaney. So I would actually at this point, like Andrew Heaney's my number one lefty out of the bullpen.
Might as well be
going forward.
They're probably saving him for tomorrow. He's probably gonna come out of the pen after Majinski.
Yeah. They're gonna probably need some length out of him. I agree.
Yeah.
Johan Ramirez comes in to try to stop the bleeding. He gets Carson Kelly to strike out, which there's that. Then Nico Horner with an RBI double. That makes it 3-1. And then I heard a stat. Joe Block said in the ninth inning, it's been over a decade since the Pirates have come back from a 2-run deficit in the ninth on the road.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Like when he said that, I had to do a double take. I was like, "There's no way." You're telling me the Pirates haven't had a comeback victory on the road down by 2 runs in the ninth in over a decade?
I don't feel. No, that's probably true.
Like, I mean, he said.
I'm trying to think of. I know. I'm trying to think of other ones, and I'm like, I remember that one. No, that was like 2012. Yeah, I mean.
So
yeah, that's not
anyways.
Good. That's bad.
Anyways, Brad Keller comes in to close this game for the Cubs, and Nick Gonzalez singles, but McCutchen strikes out, Bart strikes out, Horwitz strikes out, just back to back Ks after the Gonzalez single. I don't know how you strike out 3 times in a row against Brad Keller, but here we are.
And back to the original point of today's show, not competitive at bats in that inning either.
No, even Andrew McCutchen, he looked at strike 3 like right down the middle, like right down the pipe.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess like I saw a little bit of fight out of the team today just because they looked like they were angry when they struck out a few times.
That's true.
Like Peguero got mad, Reynolds got mad, some guys got mad today. That's something that happened.
Okay.
The flyovers were cool.
The flyovers were cool and people got mad. So I guess there's that. Yeah. Multiple timeouts called throughout the game because there was an air show going on in Chicago. And so you had fighter jets like doing flyovers the entire game. I will say that Brian Reynolds, so he was 0-for-4 yesterday with 3 strikeouts, 0-for-4 today with a strikeout. It's been a rough series for Brian Reynolds. I think he looked like he's done this a few times this year where he looks like he's turning a corner.
Right.
Yesterday, awful game. Today, awful game. And yeah, lots of emotion from Brian Reynolds this series. Yesterday, after a strikeout, he was in the dugout just like bashing his bat on the ground. And then today gets caught on the check swing called strike 3. For like the 80,000th time this year. Dude has more strikeouts on a check swing than I've seen anyone in my life. And he just throws his helmet down, throws his bat. Rough series for Brian Reynolds.
Yeah, and I agree with you. We've seen it a lot this year where has like a week or two stretch where he looks like, all right, we're getting Brian Reynolds back. We dip below a 700 OPS again today. I don't know. Like maybe it's just let's get through this season and figure it out next year. But he's had a rough year. And Jim, what the hell are we doing with Alexander Canario? Why is this guy still here?
I don't know. He barely plays anymore, and when he does play, it's rough. He has one hit since June 27th. That's almost two. He's been on the team this whole time. He has one hit in the last 8 weeks.
What are we doing? Why is he here?
Why is he here? If you're not going to play him, why is he here? And when you do play him, he clearly
He's terrible.
He's not doing anything. But also, you can't expect him to do anything if you're just never going to play him either. So like, it's a double-edged sword. I don't want to harp on the guy's ability too much, because if you're only going to play once a week, if that you're not going to be successful. So like, either get someone here who you're going to play, or play him. And I like what they're doing with Canario makes no sense to me right now. He's just taking up a roster spot,
right? And and there are enough guys that, like, with all the guys they kept at the deadline, throwing Canario in here as well, it's another spot that should be open right now for some of these guys. Like, I'm not a big Billy Cook guy in general, but just if we're gonna do this, let's just do it with someone else and actually play them.
Yeah, I mean, that's if you're going to have a fourth outfielder on the team, like, you've got to play him a little bit more than this, especially with Cruz out. Like, Cruz is out right now, so like, there is playing time available for some of these guys. And you've seen, I mean, since Cruz went down, Canario is playing a little bit more. But again, it's bad when he's in there. It's bad. So it's like, at this point, I think you just got to move on.
Yeah, and like you said, I don't want to harp on him because he's not in control when he plays. And also, it's really hard to hit major league pitching, and it's really hard to hit it when you don't see it very often, which he doesn't get to do. So, like, let's cut the cord here.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of guys who we could cut the cord on.
I also, for the record, I just want to see more Ronnie Simon as well.
Why not? Why not?
I just want to.
We've seen everybody else.
Why not?
I'm with you. Yeah, no, I'm with you. And honestly, that at bat in the 7th inning. So if there is one part of this game where, like, you can kind of question, like, the Pirates had a chance to do something here. In the 7th inning, Joey Bart walks with 2 outs, and then Peguero singles. So you've got first and third. Bart moves to third on the single. 2 outs, tie game, 7th inning. You kind of got Imanaga on the ropes a little bit, and Canario is up to bat. That would have been the chance where you're like, okay, who do we put in here? You can't put in Sawinski against Imanaga. You can't put in Horwitz against Imanaga. So, like, your options there are Henry Davis and Ronnie Simon. Those are your 2 choices. And they stuck with Canario, and he struck out.
I would have liked my odds with Ronnie Simon, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what? At the end of the day, that's what made Ryan's bet hit. So it works.
That's a good point. And I've been fading Ryan a lot. Like, I've just been doing the opposite of what he's been doing, and it's been working out. But today that bet made sense. So, like, I went on my FanDuel account. I got it at a 30% profit boost. So I boosted up to plus 102, and I bet Shoto Imanaga for over 5.5 strikeouts, and cashed in on that one today. So thank you, Ryan. And thank you, Don Kelly, for sticking with Canario, I guess. But that was the Pirates' chance right there. And I probably would have gone Simon in that situation because Canario hasn't shown you anything at all. But they stuck with them, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to take the bat out of hands anymore than you already have. I don't know. I'm just making things up at this point. I don't know why they do what they do sometimes.
Well, because they stink, Tyler.
Yeah, Bad baseball teams do bad things.
It's because
Loser. You're all a bunch of losers.
they're losers.
Yeah. And this is what happens.
And you guys need to keep believing.
All right. We ready to get out of here? Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for hopping in here. Saturday night, Steelers are about to start, but yeah, appreciate all you guys. Like the video, subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you're listening or watching after the fact, you guys rock. Tell a friend to tell a friend about us. Yeah, tomorrow, Carmen Majinski on the mound versus Javier Assad. That's at 2:20. Another afternoon game. We'll have your post game for you, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.